So congratulations for being here. Two interesting countries, two different demographics. One is a developed country, one is a developing country. Very interesting, very exciting. Australia with a landmass of 729,000 square kilometers. India with a landmass of 3,29,000 square kilometers. Australia with a population of almost 28 million. India with a population of 1.4 billion. Now, this statistics is good enough to excite the mindset on what can be done. We need to leverage the landmass of Australia, and Australia needs to leverage the population of India. We are a market, and they are an exciting landmass where a lot can be done. They are a developed country, we are a developing country. There are opportunities both sides. We really need to understand, identify, and collaborate to the right opportunities. A developed country is more matured on what has already happened, and they have mastered and excelled in doing multiple aspects, including property development, infrastructure, urban planning, food sector, agriculture, health tech, med tech, every aspect of living a life. A developing country is a learning process on their journey to becoming a developed country. So there is a huge opportunity gap which can be tapped. The interesting part is the business that happens between India and Australia. After these two countries, these two lovely countries signed a economic development plan between these two countries in 2022, we reached out to a trade business of almost $26 billion. Before 2022, the highest number achieved between these two countries was less than $13 billion. It is estimated by the governments of both our countries that we would be able to reach $100 billion of trade between these two countries by 2030. So a jump from $26 billion to $100 billion speaks volumes of the kind and nature and the size of opportunity that's there. It's very interesting and exciting. The Indian entrepreneurs need to support the lifestyle of Australians, and the Australian entrepreneurs needs to build the lifestyle of Indians. Now that's the journey that needs to be traveled, and that's where the opportunity is. Both these countries are friendly towards each other. Both also have a common religion in cricket. Both are absolutely cricket-loving nations. So that brings a lot of cultures together. There is high level of competition. Now we need to look at complementation and collaboration. So it's a great job done by Punjab Angels Network. Thanks to our very dear friend who's come all the way from Chandigarh to create this opportunity for India. Thanks to the gentleman here who's come all the way from Australia to make this happen. I'm sure, Sahil, by the end of today, there will be a lot of opportunities that can get tied up. I would be personally interested in the activity that this gentleman has just presented for the real estate space, the technology that he's providing. The maturity of doing business of Australians can be a brilliant opportunity to collaborate for Indians. We are already one of the best markets in the world, and I love to say this, and I keep saying this all the time, that India is a world in a country. India is a world in a country, and even if the American government imposes tariffs on India, our dependence on exports is not too great. We are self-sufficient to a great extent. This is the right time to build business relationships with countries who are friendly towards India. And Australia is one such country. The historical data says that if there are direct flights between two countries which have a flying distance of more than 10 hours, it is an indicator that the business is growing between these two nations or these two countries. Australia and India has direct flights. We have got direct flights to Sydney and Melbourne from Delhi, Air India and Qantas. There are direct flights between India and US also. But that's a 16-hour journey. This is a 13-hour journey. We are 3 hours closer than what we are as US is concerned. Now this speaks volumes as the trade multiplies. I'm sure since it is from Delhi, there is a lot of diplomatic traveling which is happening between India and Australia. What needs to start happening is direct flights from Mumbai to Australia, and that would happen when the business opportunities start multiplying. Everybody today is looking at the economic scenario and how we can leverage situations and opportunities. So I think we are at the brilliant crossroads of how these things can happen. You will be very surprised to know that almost 1 million people live in Australia, and there are almost 4,000 Australians living in India. Now that means the ties are already there, the bridges are already there. Our gentleman friend from Sydney is already moving mountains as far as businesses between these two countries are concerned. And 1 million Indians living in Australia is great news for us, because everybody sitting in this room has one friend or relative in Australia. Australia is a beautiful country. The tourism is multiplying. 4.5 lakh Indians have traveled last year to Australia as tourists, and similar number of Australians have traveled to India. What excites Australians is the technology in India, which is available as a SaaS model, the food of India, the cuisine of India, the culture of India, yoga, Ayurveda and homeopathy of India. And what we can look at in Australia is the medical technological development that they have done, where we can become a support mechanism for manufacturing medical devices on the technology built by Australia, whether it is healthcare, whether it is agri-tech. Agriculture in Australia, the productivity per acre is much more number of times than of India. So agri-tech, our first speaker already spoke that almost more than 60% population of India is directly connected to agriculture. So agri-tech is one growth zone which can be leveraged in India, because we today are having scattered infrastructure. We have got parts of India where there are floods because of excessive rains. We have got parts of India where there is famine or scarcity of water because there is no rainfall in those areas. So the infrastructure of the country is being mapped together. Australia can play a great role in that. As far as infrastructure development is concerned, there is a great opportunity. I've got my friend Nitin Munoth here, who's in the infrastructure segment, who installs a lot of infrastructure related devices and equipments, including sound barriers that we see on all the flyovers in Mumbai, reducing the noise pollution. What I would like to propose to my dear friend Sahil is, Mumbai is the capital of business in India. And we have got very interesting entrepreneurs who are interested and excited to collaborate with Australian entrepreneurs, who can bring technology, who can bring capital to India. And the Mumbai entrepreneurs or the Indian entrepreneurs can create opportunities on how this can be leveraged. Like for example, the technology that this gentleman just presented. It's very easy for us. I'm a developer, by the way. I do a lot of real estate development. I understand technology because I've invested in a lot of tech companies also. So I could understand what you are trying to present over here. The maturity with which you must have developed the platform might be a great opportunity for multiple companies in Mumbai, in India, to have a jump start instantly. And we can network the world. The whole world today has become a small village thanks to the connectivity that technology creates, whether it is Facebook or whether it is Instagram, which are specific for social connectivity. We definitely need to build systems which can give commercial connectivity, which you have done for the real estate segment. The same technology with a little tweak can be useful for restaurants, because I'm an investor in restaurants also. So one of the largest startup in the food sector, which is delivering great performances and great valuations in India, is Zomato. Everybody has heard about it, and they are creating ripples across the world as far as how big a startup can go. It is multi-billion-dollar organization, and serving a population of 1.4 billion is one of the largest markets in the world. We are a consumer market. China is a manufacturing market. They manufacture for the rest of the world. India is still a consumer market which needs a lot of consumption, and that is the advantage of tapping into a developing country. Every Indian is a customer for every entrepreneur in the world, including the entrepreneurs of the country. So let's come together, let's collaborate, and we look forward for some very exciting opportunities. I'll be tapping into one or two of the opportunities which are already there in the room, and let's see how we can make things happen. Sahil, Nitin Munoth is there. He is the representative of corporate connections for Mumbai area. We have got more than 800 entrepreneurs, well placed with a great turnover kind of entrepreneurs in India. And being entrepreneurs in India, to all my Australian friends who have traveled all the way to this magical city of Mumbai, we know how to operate businesses in this country. And we will be more than happy to make sure that we can have mutually beneficial collaborations, make you comfortable in this country as far as the law, legal process and demographics are concerned, and we can reap opportunities together and grow together. Thank you so much, and welcome to all our Australian friends to Mumbai. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Atare. I feel so much of energy after hearing your speech. You truly have a nice energy while speaking on stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much.